Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Buenos días, ¿cómo están? ¿Cómo están? Muy bien, gracias, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y cómo te va? ¿Cómo te van? Hola estudiantes, bienvenido a nuestra clase. Welcome students and welcome to our Spanish class. Now, before we begin, as you know, we normally recap what we were doing in our last class. So, vámonos, let's go. Now, in our last class, we were looking at different things found in our classroom. And some of those items were a ruler, which is called una regla. Una regla is a ruler. Un sacapuntas, which is a sharpener. Una mesa, a table. Una silla, a chair. Un libro, a textbook. Un cuaderno, a notebook. Un bolígrafo, a pen. And un lápiz, which is a pencil. Muy bien. Now, in our last class, we looked at those items, and I reminded you that in Spanish we have singular nouns and plural nouns. Now, today we're going to be looking at some new classroom items, some other items found in the classroom that we have not learned just yet. And we're going to be asking how many of these items we see. For example, I want to know how many chairs, how many tables, how many rulers are there, how many pencils are there. So I'm going to ask you to click on the link in your activity sheet right now and watch the video, and we'll be right back. Bueno, so we know that if a noun is singular, that means there's one of it, but if it is plural, that means it's more than one. So if we want to say that there are more than one things, we're going to normally have to count them. So we have to ensure that we know what the numbers are in Spanish, los números. So let's see if we remember how to count in Espanol, in Spanish. So let's go. We're going to count from 1 to 20 in Spanish, and then we're going to sing the Los Números song. So after 2, después de 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 13, 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18, 19, 19, and 20 is 20. 20 is 20. So we are looking at plural nouns today, but let me first tell you what these new items are that we can find in our classroom. The first one is, what does this look like? Mr. Sharpie, it is a marker. Now, a marker in Spanish is called un marcador. It is un marcador, and un marcador means a marker. Now, can you say that for me, please? Repitan, por favor. Un marcador. Otra vez, one more time. Un marcador. And un marcador is a marker. Un marcador is a marker. Muy bien. The next one is, who can tell me what this big book with words and meanings and spellings, what's this book called? This is a dictionary. And in Spanish we say un diccionario. It is un diccionario. Everybody say un diccionario. Un diccionario. And un diccionario is a dictionary. Un diccionario is a dictionary. Muy bien. The next item is something we used to bring our books into school. It's a backpack. Now, in your books, you're going to see the word un bolso or una bolsa. Those words are correct, but another word for it is una mochila. So it can be called una mochila, un bolso, or una bolsa. Okay, this is your backpack. Una mochila, a backpack. So repitan, una mochila. Una mochila. And una mochila is your backpack, your book bag, the bag you use to take your books to school. And then now the last two items, we have, what do you think this is? So it's the two items you have. One, uno. Then you have dos. So the first one is chalk. Now chalk in Spanish is una tiza. Una tiza. Everybody repitan. Una tiza, a chalk. Una tiza, a chalk. And this now is my chalkboard. It's really small, but it's my chalkboard. And I want you to say una pizarra. And no, I did not say pizza. You can't eat. This is not food. This is not pizza. But una pizarra is a chalkboard. Everybody say una pizarra. Una pizarra. And una pizarra is a chalkboard. Una pizarra is a chalkboard. Let's go through them again. Una tiza. Repitan. Each one I say, I want you to say it after me. Repeat after me. Repitan. Una tiza, a chalk. Una tiza, a chalk. Una pizarra, a chalkboard. Una pizarra, a chalkboard. Una mochila, a backpack. Una mochila, a backpack. Un marcador, a marker. Un marcador, a marker. Y la última, the last one, un diccionario, a dictionary. Un diccionario, a dictionary. Muy bien. Now, like I said, we're going to be pluralizing these items today because we want to know how many of each item there is. For example, there's more than one marker, there are more than one pieces of chalk, more than one chalkboards, more than one dictionaries, more than one backpacks. We have to learn how to pluralize these words as well. How to say that there's more than one of each, okay? So, you might know that in English, when you are pluralizing nouns, what normally happens is that for some words, you would add an S to it. Some words you would add ES. Some you would change it to IES, etc. But in Spanish now, it's actually similar. In Spanish, if the word ends in a vowel, which is A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, all you simply do is to add the letter S. So all you do for the words that end in vowels, the nouns that end in vowels, when you are pluralizing nouns in Spanish to say there's more than one of the item, all you do if it ends with a vowel is to add the letter S. And remember what our vowels are? A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U. Those are our vowels, las vocales. A, E, I, O, U. So, for example, I have pizarra. Oops. Pizarra. Now, what letter does the word pizarra end with? Ends with the letter A. So if I want to say more than one, it would become pizarras. I just add an S to it, so it becomes pizarras. Pizarras. Okay. Pizarras. Simple as that. Now, I have a chalk. Tiza. But what if it's a box of chalk? There are lots of chalk. Now, what I want to do is to add the letter S to this because tiza ends with the letter A, which is a vowel. So it becomes tizas. It becomes tizas. So from one tiza to many tizas. Muy bien? Good. Now what about the dictionary? Diccionario. It also ends with an O, right? And is O a vowel? Sí. So diccionario becomes diccionarios. Diccionario, one, becomes diccionarios, more than one. And there is also mochila. Mochila is one backpack. But if I want to say more than one backpacks, I would have to add an S to the end of the word mochila, which would make it mochilas. it would become mochilas if I had more than one. So the word mochila would become mochilas. Muy bien. Now, we have another one here, which is the word marker. Well, marker for English, but in Spanish we say marcador. We say marcador. Now, what do we notice about marcador? Does it end with a vowel? M-A-R-C-A-D-O-R. Marcador. It ends in a consonant, which is the letter R. Now, if you meet upon a word that ends with a consonant, like marcador, well, a noun that ends in a consonant, like marcador, what you'll need to do, instead of adding just the letter S, you're going to be adding ES. So when the word ends in a consonant, you add ES. If you want to pluralize a noun that ends with a vowel, you simply add an S. But if you want to pluralize a noun that ends in a consonant, you would add the letters ES. Bien? Now, one more thing I want you to know is that for this noun, which is a pencil, in Spanish we call un lápiz. If I want to pluralize un lápiz, it's going to be a bit different from the others because lápiz ends with the letter Z. Now, for this one, instead of just adding ES and making it LAPIZES, we're actually going to change it up a bit. It becomes LAPICES. So the Z it's no longer there. LAPICES. We changed the Z to CES to say more than one pencils. So one pencil, un lápiz, more than one pencils, lápices. LAPICES. Do you think we can pluralize some others that we've learned so far? We have regla, one ruler, so more than one rulers would become reglas. It ends with A, so we're just going to add the letter S to pluralize it, okay? There is libro. Libro ends with O, so it becomes libros. More than one, libros. There is a chair. One chair is una silla, but more than one chairs become sillas. Una mesa is a table. More than one tables would be mesas. There's also bolígrafo, which is a pen. Bolígrafo becomes bolígrafos. And cuaderno, which is your notebook, since it ends with a vowel as well, becomes cuadernos. Everybody getting the idea? So for the nouns that end with vowels, all we have to do to pluralize them, meaning that if there's more than one of the item, we add the letter S. That's if it ends with a vowel. But if it doesn't end with a vowel, like the word marcador, we're going to add ES. But do not get confused with this one here, because lapis is a bit different. For lapis, it becomes LAPICES. Lapices. All right, so that one is just a bit different. Now let's go back to the others that we did. Diccionario becomes diccionarios. Pizarra becomes pizarras. Tiza becomes tizas. And mochila becomes mochilas. Bien, so today we're asking cuántas dash I, which means how many dash are there. I want to find out how many dictionaries are there. ¿Cuántos diccionarios hay? So ¿cuántos diccionarios I is asking how many dictionaries are there? How many dictionaries you see? Now let's pretend that there are two dictionaries. I would say I, followed by the number 2 in Spanish, which is dos, then the word diccionarios. Hay dos diccionarios, which means there are 2 dictionaries. So we say, ¿cuántos diccionarios hay? How many dictionaries are there? So if we pretend that there are 2 dictionaries, we would say Hay dos diccionarios. There are 2 dictionaries. What if there were 3 dictionaries? We would say hay tres diccionarios. So we say the word hay, which means there is or there are, followed by the number in Spanish. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the number is, followed by the item. Now, based on the amount of items, if it's 1, you know that you don't need an S at the end to pluralize it, except for sacapuntas. That one is different. But for the others now, if you want to pluralize it, if the noun ends with a vowel, you add your S. If it ends in a consonant, you add your ES. Okay? So for 3 dictionaries, we would say hay tres diccionarios. What if I want to find out how many markers are there? I would ask, ¿cuántos marcadores hay? How many markers are there? Say, for example, there are 5 markers. We would say, hay 5 marcadores, because it's plural, more than 1. I want to find out how many chalkboards are there. ¿Cuántas pizarras hay? How many chalkboards are there? Now, if there are 10, we would say hay 10 pizarras. Hay 10 pizarras. There are 10 chalkboards. What if I want to find out how many backpacks? Ooh, how many backpacks are there? ¿Cuántas mochilas hay? ¿Cuántas mochilas hay? How many backpacks are there? And if, for example, there are 20 backpacks, we would say hay 20 mochilas. There are 20 backpacks. Hay 20 mochilas. Bueno, now, mi amigo Raúl y yo, my friend Raúl and I. Hola, estudiantes! Hi, students. Raúl is saying hola. Now, Raúl and I are going to be having a little conversation, and we're going to be talking about how many of some of these items are around. And I want you to guess. You're going to listen, and I want you to listen, and you're going to think of how many of each item we're talking about. So listen very carefully, and when we're finished, we'll reveal the answers in English, all right? So, ¿listo? Sí. ¿Están listos? Bueno, we're all ready. So, vámonos.
Señorita, ¿cuántos diccionarios hay?
Hay 3 diccionarios. Hay 3 diccionarios. Okay, so let's see. I said hay 3 diccionarios, which would mean there are 3 dictionaries. So if you got that answer right, muy bien. Let's try another one.
Señorita, ¿cuántos marcadores hay?
Raúl, hay 5 marcadores. Hay 5 marcadores. Now, if your answer was there are 5 markers, muy bien. Let's try another one.
Señorita, ¿cuántas reglas hay?
Hay 15 reglas. Hay 15 reglas. Now, who wants to guess that one? 15. There are 15 rulers. So if you guess that answer, es correcto. There are 15 rulers. And let's do one more. Una más.
Señorita, ¿cuántos bolígrafos hay? ¿Cuántos bolígrafos hay?
I don't think I know that number. What's that number again? I 9 bolígrafos. I 9 bolígrafos. Now, which smart student can tell me what I just said in Spanish? I 9 bolígrafos. Now, if your answer was there are 9 pens, excelente, muy bien.
Muy bien, estudiantes.
Okay, so we all know by now how to pluralize different nouns in Spanish. Remember, if the noun ends with a vowel, all we have to do is to add the letter S to pluralize it, to say that there's more than one. But if the noun ends with a consonant, then we're going to be adding ES. However, we have an exception right here, which is lapis. Lapis becomes L-A-P-I-C-E-S, lapises, to pluralize it, all right? Now, let's go through these one more time. We're going to do singular and then plural. Singular and then plural. So we have bolígrafo, one bolígrafo, many bolígrafos. One lapis, many lapises. One ruler, more than one. One regla, more than one reglas. One libro, more than one libros. One cuaderno, more than one cuadernos. One marcador, more than one marcadores. One tiza, more than one tizas. One diccionario, more than one diccionarios. And we also have one pizarra, more than one pizarras. Now, I'm going to ask you all to go to your workbooks, if you have your workbooks, and the first activity there on items in the classroom, you're going to complete that for me, along with the activity on the activity sheet that is going to be given to you. So I hope everybody learned something today, and you're able to say how many of different items are found in your classroom, or if any of these items are found in your home, you can say in Spanish how many of these items you see lying around, okay? So for now, we sing adios, adios, adios means goodbye. Adios, adios, adios means goodbye. Adios, 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 adios means goodbye. Adios. Adios, clase.